Hey guys, it's Liam here from A Shot of Wildlife, and just behind me is my local river, the River Wensum. So, recently I've been coming down here quite a lot with my waterproof camera, and I've managed to get loads and loads and loads of footage of fish. So, in this video I'm going to put together some of the best bits and talk a little bit about the species, and yeah, I just hope you find it interesting as much as I do. Sit back, relax and enjoy the video. The first place that I've been filming is from the far bank here at Wensum Park. There are 3 or 4 steps that go down into the river and the water is only about 2 foot deep. During the summer this park can get very busy with people who come to feed the ducks, geese and the resident family of swans. Unfortunately, all these birds and the amount of food means that the water can get really cloudy, limiting my filming here to early mornings only. The water birds are not the only creatures to take advantage of the amount of food that is thrown into the river. In the shallows, thousands, if not tens of thousands of minnows gather. The shallow water offers these fish some protection from the aquatic predators, and the sheer size of the schools reduces the chance of any individual from getting eaten. You may also notice that the majority of these fish are the same size as each other. This is another defence strategy, as when you are a prey species, blending in is the key to survival. The second place that I've been visiting is in this small offshoot of the main river, slightly upstream from the park. There is a dense bed of reeds separating this area from the main river channel, meaning that predators would find it difficult to gain access to the residents. The water here is only 20 to 30 centimetres deep, and sometimes the area completely dries out in the late summer. In amongst the reeds and other aquatic vegetation, smaller groups of younger minnows congregate, but these are not the only species to call this area home. The brightly coloured male three-spined stickleback shows off his red chest and blue eyes throughout the spring and summer months. He builds a nest of woven vegetation and shows off, looking to attract the attention of the plainly coloured females. Once the male entices one or more females to lay her eggs in his nest, he takes over full control of caring for the eggs and defends the fry for the first few weeks of their lives. This species has been at the centre of lots of studies, as they are extremely adaptable and vary greatly in size, shape and scale patterns throughout their range. The third, and possibly my favourite place for filming, is about half a kilometre upstream opposite a canoe centre. There is a concrete slope that goes 2 foot out into the water and it drops off to about 4 or 5 foot deep. Lots of people swim in the river here, and as a result the sediment from the bottom gets kicked up, exposing various patches of plain gravel. Large patches of aquatic grass grow up in the centre of the river, from the bottom all the way to the top of the water. This creates a screen to protect both predators and prey. The reason that this is my favourite spot for filming is the sheer diversity of fish that I've seen here. The forever fame-hungry minnows patrol along the riverbank, accompanied by occasional groups of slightly larger gudgeon. The gudgeon is a bottom-dwelling species with a downturned mouth and a pointed snout. This helps it to sift through the silt and gravel, searching for aquatic invertebrates and the insect larvae that it feeds upon. This fish can live for up to 5 years, but only grows to a maximum length of 20 centimetres. These deeper-bodied silver fish with orange to red fins and orange eyes are roach. This species is very popular with anglers and can grow up to 50 centimetres in length. Their forwards-facing mouths make them suited for their omnivorous diet, which includes invertebrates, aquatic vegetation and insects that fall onto the surface of the water. The roach is not only targeted by anglers, but also falls prey to various predators. This individual is covered in scars and has apparently had a near miss with a pike, cormorant, or possibly even an otter. Minnows, gudgeon and roach are all prey species, and one of their most common predators is the perch. With their striped camouflage, large eyes and even larger mouths, the perch hides amongst aquatic vegetation, ambushing not only smaller fish, but also invertebrates, amphibians and sometimes even small mammals. When they are young, this species forms small schools, but they become more solitary, with the larger fish in excess of 25 centimetres usually found alone or with one or two similarly sized individuals. The stripy camouflage not only helps the perch to ambush prey, along with their large spiky dorsal fins, it offers them some protection from one of the most ferocious river predators, the northern pike. Growing to more than 4 feet long, the northern pike has a large powerful tail and sharp staggered teeth. Using its tail to propel itself forward, it snatches prey from both beneath and on top of the water. Their diet includes waterfowl, small mammals, various fish, and sometimes they are even cannibals, eating pike up to half their own size. Here you can see that several perch are tailing this pike. An expert has suggested that this is similar to crows mobbing a bird of prey. Notice how they tend to steer clear of the business end. The last place I visited to film is this inlet to the river, maybe 200 feet from the canoe centre. The majority of the water flows here from road drainage, and as you can see, there is lots of litter piled against the inside of this grate. You would have to take my word for it, but this place is really smelly. This is why I've decided to show you this footage, because although it would seem pretty uninhabitable, the water here is actually teeming with life. Beneath the surface there are hundreds of adult minnows, several sticklebacks and the occasional small roach. I don't really know why these fish choose to live here, although I think the minnows may use the fast flowing gravel beds slightly downstream for spawning. I also suspect that with the influx of water from the roach during rain, food may be swept into this pool, and this could entice fish. This place is really special to me, as it kind of reminds me of the first place that I ever went pond dipping, if you can call it that, and my first experience with sticklebacks. So although it's not as impressive as the main river itself, and it's quite a lot uglier, it's still a very rich habitat for wildlife. Well guys, that's all we've got time for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video and maybe learned a little bit about some of the species that live in our rivers. If you did find this video interesting, be sure to subscribe, share this video with your friends, and maybe check out some of the other stuff I've done. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.